Oh my gosh, I can't believe this just happened to us after just 6 months of ownership. Well, hello, and welcome to Proceeding Onward in America. Today, I am on the top of the roof, as you can see. And usually on my days off of work camping at this KOA campground, which is a beautiful park, by the way, I like to come up to the roof, clean off the debris, the tree limbs, the leaves, the bugs, and check on the roof condition and make sure everything is good. This is our first fifth wheel, so we don't really know what we're doing half the time. Few people said you don't have to check it that often every week. Some people say you don't have to check it for like 6 months or some. Some people say put the new Jayco every 6 months. Some go with a year. Some say every 2 years. Whatever the cause is. But we only had this thing for 6 months. And last time I checked up here, I don't recall seeing this, but I come across 2 spots that has like that spot. Yep, that's a hole. And that's not good, because then water would go in there when it rains. And it pretty much rained a couple of days ago, so I don't know when did this occur. So I'm gonna have to definitely put more Jayco over that. And over here, that spot, right on the front edge of the thing, there's one right there. And also over here, right at the vent, and it's covered with our vent cover right there. And usually this is covered, and as you see, you can't see it. So don't know when that occurred either. So it is a good thing to check as often as you can, and try to get on your hands and your knees and make sure you get a good look at all of these spots. Now I have to go downstairs. I only have one Jayco tube left, and I'm going to try to reseal all these holes. There's 3 so far that I found. I didn't even check the rest of the roof. I ended up stopping right there at the next fence and didn't even check around the other sides. So I'm going to go check around there as well and make sure that we can keep up on this and make sure that we don't have no leaks. Kind of found another one, but this one is due to this covering it for some reason. That's disturbing it and leaving that a mess. Kind of like the same thing there, a little bit right there as well, and that's just from the cover on top. These things is filthy dirty, as you can tell. So also got to clean off that pollen. Alright, I'm back, and I just happen to have 1 tube left. So the thing is the self-leveling lap sealant Jayco. Haven't used this in a while, so we're gonna need to go shopping more of these. Had this since we had Woody, and I think all of this is dried up. Oopsie, it's all dried up. Can't use it. Okay, I made it work. Had to cut off the whole tip. All right, because it was all dried up in the nose cap, I had to pop off the nose cap in order to use it. So it wasn't all dried up. Didn't have much in it either. So, but I had enough to cover up the little holes that I came across. So I'm gonna let that dry out now. And keep on checking up here as often as I can. But this goes to show you that you can't just ignore these problems, because if I would have ignored these problems and only check every 6 months, I don't know what this would have looked like, and we would have probably had so much water in our roof and ceilings and everything, and it would not be good, especially for the road in the future. So I'm glad that I do come up here and check, but now I'm definitely gonna have to get more lap sealant and Dicor for the future if anything else shows up. So it's good that we do check, or it's good that I do check. If I come across any problem, I'll definitely record it, as the wife says, record it all. Thank you, love you. Not 100%, still kind of softish, so it's still drying. But good thing I had enough just for these little spots here and there. As you can see, I even put some more around there. But I got the best I can out of what needed to be done. And hopefully this seals off, so I'll just keep on checking. I'm just gonna let this dry off some more before I close down the vent. Now, I did buy more Dicor. I brought a set of 1, 2, 3, 4. It was on sale on Amazon, so that way we don't run out of it again for any time I go up to the roof and check, or if I need it. I also brought this, which is a container. This is silicone in it right now, but it keeps it sealed. So once you cut it, it has a pointer in there that goes inside this hole to help keep it fresh, so it doesn't dry up on times, and it completely seals it off. I got a 2-piece, so that way if I open up Dicor again and I don't use it all, I can just use this. I know it's hard to see, but there's a pointer right in there that sticks right inside of it, so it does not get hard on me again. So I learned that lesson, and this would also be in the description as well. Oh, and one more thing for the roof, as a just in case, that I also purchased was the Ebon tape. I think that's what it's called, Ebon tape. I got a 4-inch wide by 50 feet long. So if there's ever any tear that I can't fix, I can just put this tape over it, and this would seal it. Yep, this would seal the whole thing. And this, I heard this stuff is really good. I've read a lot of reviews on this. So as a just in case we rip our material on our roof, this would cover the problem. So I'm prepared as well with that. Now back to the bathroom, where I also discovered a problem. And this is why you keep checking up on your RV, on everything. Keep checking up on it, because you're gonna find a problem, you wanna fix the problem before it becomes a major problem. Today I've noticed that I have a leak at the bottom of my toilet. Right here. I don't know what's causing it, but for the past couple of days I've been noticing water right around that trend. And the last time I noticed it was last night before we went to bed, and it was a lot of water that was coming out, almost touching the carpet that we have in the bathroom. And I said I'm tired of it, so I put a rag down there and I said I'll get to it today. I've removed the rag and it's been gone for about an hour now, and the water decided not to show up. So I don't know what's causing the leak, so I'm gonna still take a peek at it. So what that means is I'm gonna be removing the toilet and look underneath there to see if I see anything that looks out of the ordinary. Now, I've never done this before. You probably have, and if you haven't, well, come along this journey with me and experiment on something. But it shouldn't be that hard to remove. I already played around with a few things. I've noticed right here is where the bolt is at. It has a plastic cover that goes over it. To pull off, you just pull it off, or you can unscrew it, unthread it off. There's the water leak. But I don't know where's it coming from. Looks like that pipe right there. So I need to figure out what's this problem and why is this water leaking here. So I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna turn off the main water source. There you are. Come join me. Don't mind the airplanes. We live near a military Air Force base. Oh, wow. It keeps surprising me. Well, since we're here, this is our water bay. The cable, of course. The water inlet that comes straight in from the spigot all the way over there. And this is our black tank flush. I put on these quick connects. That way I can just shut off the water just like that. And the water is off for the whole camper. I want to put on something like this behind the toilet as well, so I can just shut off the toilet, just in case we ever have to do that again in the future. So right now, I turned off that. Now I want to empty out the water out of the hoses. And now I just released my low point drains. It was pretty much right behind this wall, right there. So just pulled that up and released all of the pressure. Okay, back inside. Grabbed a couple tools that I might need. We're gonna start unbolting the toilet and making sure everything is go. First things first, drop the water. Okay. The good thing is, at least I would learn from this if the toilet ever mess up or if we ever need to change it on what we need to do. That was easy. Now the only thing I can think of is it's definitely this. So what I think I'm gonna do is put some white tape around that to probably help seal it and see if that is really the culprit of it all. Now I could be wrong, but I'm gonna take a hunch here and I'm going to put plumber's tape on this thread, because I think all these plastic things are not connecting correctly. So I'm just going to put a strip of plumber's tape on this. See if I can get a seal better off than what it was. And the other way. Let me look on the bottom. See if I see anything that looks out of the ordinary. Probably just that. Okay. And we're gonna try to put this thing back on the way it should be. There we go. That's some light back here. Okay. So I didn't see anything wrong with the bottom section, so I'm guessing the water must have been just leaking from the in-source, and that was what I originally thought. But because it kept coming around here, bottom section, I kept thinking it was leaking somewhere else. So I must have been wrong on that one. So what I did, of course, as I showed you, just taped it up, tightened it down. I even got some leaks in the basement where the water's coming out, and I'm just thinking these plastic connections are not very efficient, because obviously it's leaking through those connections, and that's my longevity thing, because I've been seeing this leak in the basement for a while now. I even got a bucket down there, a bowl down there, to collect where I normally see the most of it, but I don't know where else in the basement it's leaking at. And while I do that, I'm going to probably put in some plumber's tape as well, just to seal it up as much as possible, because obviously these plastic connections, they're weak. They break easy, and if I do have a strong water pressure, there's a chance it's probably leaking from there. So I should be using a water pressure regulator, but ours is broken, so I've just been doing it. If I'm seeing these leaking problems, I want to stop it as soon as possible. So we're going to turn back on the water, see how this plays out for at least a day or two, and if this works great, then it's definitely the connection points, and I'm gonna have to either put tapes on them or replace them all. But I got laundry I gotta finish up, so I'm gonna go wash my hands, go do laundry. So thank you for following, thank you for watching. Keep following us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and don't forget to become our Patreon, where you too can help us make more videos like this for just $1 a month. And if you haven't already, keep on pursuing onward in your adventures. And until next time, bye.